Hi everyone, welcome to your Blue Missions informational session. My name is Nicole. I've been on 43 Blue Missions trips, and I'm here to answer all of your questions today. Blue Missions is a nonprofit organization based out of Miami, Florida. We have a dual mission where we impact rural communities with access to clean water and improve sanitation. And the second part of that mission is to create a generation of global citizens through service-driven travel, but also through education locally. Since 2010, we have impacted more than 30,000 individuals with access to clean water, over 10,000 individuals with access to improved sanitation, and more than 4,000 volunteers have joined us on international service trips. The majority of our projects are constructed in the Dominican Republic. We partner with schools, universities, churches, and groups from across the country to take their groups on these trips so that they can experience what it's like to live in these rural communities. Blue isn't just a color, it's an acronym, and it stands for Building Love, Uniting Everyone. All of our projects are community-led projects, and the work actually begins months before a group arrives in the community. Many of the communities in the Dominican Republic that we work with, unfortunately, still have to walk every single day to the nearest river or well to collect water. So our water projects minimize all the time and effort it takes for the women and children of these communities to collect water on a daily basis. Our projects are community-led projects, and work actually begins months before the group arrives. These communities reach out to us requesting a water project, and then our team of engineers goes out to the community to do a census and scout the different potential water sources nearby to see if that's where our water project can begin. Your impact begins at home when you start fundraising for your project costs. This helps us to fund the materials and the labor that goes into completing these projects. A water project, in its simplest forms, is a freshwater spring up in the mountains. We build a dam at that spring, then we pipe water down into the community and into every single home. The work involved in a water project is digging trenches with a pick and a shovel. Don't worry, you don't need to know how to dig. We'll teach you how to do that on day one. With the construction in the tank, a lot of block work is done, rebar work, and mixing cement. And then you'll also learn how to glue pipe and lay it in the trench towards the end of the project. Our water projects are super fun, but they are also extremely challenging. Get ready to hike miles and miles through the mountain, uphill, through the forests. Definitely bring a good pair of boots. But ultimately, as long as you're in decent shape, you'll have a great time and you'll do just fine. For our sanitation projects, we return back to communities where we have previously built a water project to build 15 to 18 ventilated improved pit latrines. For lack of a better word, we're building outhouses in the homes of these families. Every family is required to dig their own pit, so our volunteers will only be working from the ground up. The work that's involved is basically mixing cement to lay down the foundation of the base, and then once the base has set, then we return back to that base and we construct pretty much the structure of the bathroom. So it's a lot of woodworking, hammer and nails, and the last step is to install the toilet and the door. Many times with our sanitation projects, we're returning back to these same communities over and over again. So if it's the first time we're visiting a community, the first 15 to 18 families that are in most need of a bathroom will receive it first. If it's the second, third, fourth phase of a sanitation project, then we just follow that list of individuals who really need a bathroom. Many of the locals are currently using a bathroom that is made out of palm fronds, old timber, tin, and these bathrooms are just not safe or private. Imagine being a young child that has to use the bathroom and there's no door where you're going to do what you need to do. And so once we install these ventilated improved pit latrines, as you can imagine, the families just get so happy that now they have a private place to go to the bathroom. Some of these families don't have a bathroom at all. My favorite thing about Blue Trips is that they are fully immersive. We are sleeping, eating, and working in these communities. Our volunteers sleep in the local school, church, or community center on cots under mosquito nets. We're bathing like the locals do, taking bucket showers every single day, and we're eating a local Dominican menu. There's an unlimited amount of water for you to drink at all times of day. So it's very important that our volunteers stay hydrated throughout the trip. As I mentioned, we will be living as the locals do. There's very inconsistent electricity. The cell phone signal is pretty poor, so don't freak out, but we ask all participants to not use their phone while on the trip. You can make a phone call every single day to your parents back at home. We have a camera and a photographer on all of our trips, and use this trip as an opportunity to fully disconnect, to appreciate what we have back at home. We don't work all day every day on our trips. We have special activities planned for our groups. There's also 2 super fun activities. One of our staff members from our DR team comes and gives a workshop for the women of the community. And the second, we take a morning or an afternoon off to play with the children of the community. We play games, we color, we might put on a field day activity or sing and dance with them. But these 2 activities are so much fun and a great opportunity to continue to meet more of the locals. The trip fee covers everything related with your experience. It's essentially all-inclusive, and you shouldn't have to spend any money while you're in the Dominican Republic. We highly encourage all of our volunteers to fundraise the CCF. You'll be able to create your own fundraising page on our platform, share it with family, friends, neighbors, companies, and ask them to donate towards your page. 100% of all donations that you collect will go directly towards funding the project you'll be participating on. Thank you for taking this first step towards becoming a global citizen. We can't wait to serve alongside of you. I'm sure you still have a few questions, so what we're going to do is open up the chat box right now, and I'll be answering your questions live.